Well, once again, it's Friday, and thanks for joining me. It's my life as your state representative, Representative Bill Post here from House District 25. I apologize for the. Hang on, I'm going to turn this way just a little bit and try to get a little better light. I'm going to get a little weird light there. I apologize for the beard here. I'm singing with my choir and some other people in a Easter production that's well, it's really a Passion Week production. It's tonight, Friday night, 7 o'clock, and Saturday at 2 o'clock, and trying to look a little bit the character. Although the bald head, I do wear a cap, so, because I don't know. Anyway, it's Friday afternoon. It's kind of early in the afternoon, and I'm doing this early today because I'm going to be leaving here early so that I can go prepare for the production tonight. So I'm going to keep this video pretty short and just tell you that some things that struck me this week as fun. First of all, I'd like to point you to, if I think the one place I have it available is on my Facebook page, is the YouTube video of the Guptill girls. They were my guests to do the opening ceremonies the other day, and they played the fiddles and the guitar and the flute, and it was great. It was a bluegrass mashup of Orange Blossom Special and Amazing Grace, and it was incredible. So big kudos to the Guptill girls for doing that. My guests from here in Kaiser, they are a homeschooled family, and they're great kids. I go to my church. It was fun to be able to welcome them to the Capitol and have them play. And I might add, if you're watching this and you have kids and they would like to be an honorary page, or they would like to perhaps perform for our opening ceremonies, get a hold of us here at my office, 503-986-1425, because that's always an opportunity. We would love to, and also we would love to visit your schools. I would love to come and speak to your history class, your government class at your school. So just something I want to make sure I threw out there. So one of the things about being in this building and being a state representative, I was thinking about this last night when I was in bed. I was thinking I wanted to make sure I got this in the video today. Something happened yesterday on the House floor that I think was worth noting. Representative Cliff Bentz from Ontario and all parts of Eastern Oregon, literally, he presented a bill that was basically it would establish a marker, a section of a highway way over in Eastern Oregon that would memorialize a young man who was killed in Afghanistan. I believe it was in the last year and a half or so. And his family was here yesterday, his mom and dad. It was their only son. And when he was reading their letter and reading about their son, and anybody knows me knows I get pretty emotional when it comes to the military and their sacrifice and this country that I love so much. And so there were two things that went through my head. Was one, just grateful and thankful for this young man, and sorry and all that. The other was every day on the House floor we do the Pledge of Allegiance. It never gets old. Now, if it ever gets old doing the Pledge of Allegiance every day, take me out and bury me. I mean, it never gets old. Every day. I cannot wait for the speaker to bang the gavel, call us to order, and say, and now we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. It means everything to me. And it reminds me of my childhood when we did that every day in school. And I know that it's done in some places it's once a week, some it's not at all. But to say the Pledge of Allegiance to this great nation, and to that flag that's flying right out there outside my window, not too far from here, it's a big deal to me, and I'm glad it's a tradition that is continued. There's not a lot of things that continue that are patriotic anymore, but that is. We do the pledge every day on the House floor, so it's something. I just wanted to point that out. It's part of the life here at the legislature. Now, this is like the third or fourth Friday in a row where we did not have floor session, so the only reason people are in the building today is because there are committee meetings. I'm just fortunate in that I don't know if fortunate's the right word, I don't have any committee meetings today on Fridays, so my day has been spent. I have a cramp in my arm. I've been signing birthday cards. So, real important stuff I'm doing today. But you know, I wanted to be here, and had a few meetings today with some constituents and a couple of lobbyists. Things are still moving really fast here. Of course, as you probably know by now, the Senate Bill 941, the universal background check, was heard earlier this week. I was very disappointed. I don't want to make this a partisan political video. I've told you that from day one. But I was very disappointed in his treatment of fellow Senator Kim Thatcher, my friend, and you're probably your friend. I was a little disappointed in the way the hearing, we could have had more hearings. Republican leadership in both the House and the Senate have called for more hearings on that universal background check bill. I also want to applaud Senator Kim Thatcher for the amendment that she's added. I think it's a -9 amendment, and it should be there for Monday when they hear this bill again. It's a work session. I want you to know that I have a bill, well, it's a draft right now that I'm holding on to, that in case that one dies over in the Senate, I'm going to introduce a House bill that would do virtually the same thing as her amendment does. I'm also happy to say that we have a CHL reciprocity bill that my bill I have killed because it was not as well written as Representative Cliff Bentz's bill, and we're going to be hearing that in our House Judiciary Committee on Monday, and I'm looking forward to that. It has an amendment that's been done by Kevin Sterrett from Oregon Firearm Federation, and I'm really proud of it, and I think I hope that it will pass, that it will allow anybody from any state to carry their handgun in Oregon with their license if it meets the same requirements that the Department of Justice in Oregon sets out. That's a short way to give you a long version. So but outside of that, there's just a lot of, it's really almost anti-business. Well, it really is. There's a lot of anti-business stuff coming out of this legislature. Again, I didn't want this to be partisan, and I didn't want it to be politics, but I can't ignore the obvious. There seems to be a real movement against business in Oregon, and I don't understand the thinking, because if you want revenue, then you want business to succeed. I guess I'm not understanding that. There was a controversial piece earlier today where we voted on the K-12 budget. Republicans were calling for $7.5 billion or more, and though that sounds crazy to hear Republicans saying that, the point of it was that, look, we believe that there are funds. We're up 11% in revenue this year, and yet we're told that there's no funds. Well, we believe that funds are squandered and wasted on other things. And so, you know, it's a philosophical difference, it's a political difference, but it is what it is. And so on the House floor the other day, you may have noticed that, that it passed on party lines, 35-25, the K-12 budget at $7.255 billion. Is it enough for the schools? I don't want to talk about that right now, because the more important thing is to make sure that we stay on task. All right, so I'm already at 8.5 minutes, and I was going to be short. Let me just tell you, last night I had a town hall meeting in Dundee with Representative Widener and Senator Thatcher. We had about 45 or 50 people there. It was very successful. It was very good, and I was really, really happy to be there for that. So, really, I'm sorry I don't have anything really pressing major to tell you this week. It's been a grind. It's grinding it out, but we're here. I'm not changing in my principles or compromising my standards or my principles in any way. We're carrying on and fighting the good fight, and trying to do the best we can in this building. I appreciate that you indulge me in this every week if you watch it, and I hope that you'll share it with your friends. And if you would like to learn more, my website is billpost.us, and my Facebook page is Bill Post for Oregon, and you'll find all the links at my website. And again, by the way, this is Good Friday. It's part of the reason why I struggle to do anything on this day. It's as I've gotten older, every year Good Friday has become more impactful to me for what Christ did for me. And if you don't know about that, I would invite you to grab a Bible and read the last portions of the book of Matthew, perhaps, as a start, and read about what Christ did on this day, this what we call Good Friday. I don't think it was a very good Friday at all. I think it was a horrible Friday, but it led to a good thing, and that is Sunday, and that is Easter. So I wish you a very happy Easter weekend, and I say this: He is risen, and you say, right. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll talk again next week.